G'day everyone, and welcome back to another episode of SouthRidge Monaro build. We've just been to the Australia Day event at the Trafalgar Holden Museum. It's a really good turnout today. We had heaps of cars there, and a great mixture too. So, everything from Kingswoods to Commodores and HSVs, and everything in between, really. It was great to see some of the club members there too, ran into a few, which is great. And also some Monaros that I've never seen at any other Monaro club event. One in particular was my favourite. I think I've seen it once before at a Holden Monaro meet. It was a blue CV8 that had been done up with like a HSV body kit and sort of like a flame fluorescent window tin, resprayed in this nice blue iridescent colour. It just looked great. It's executed really well. Didn't get to meet the owner, unfortunately. I stood around for a bit, waiting for this guy to turn up, or he or she. I've never met him. But yeah, it's a good day overall. I did plan to get a snag from the sausage sizzle, but Trafalgar Holden Museum hosts that inside in their new facility there. So you don't really, if you're just going around for the general exhibition out the front there, you won't get a snag. But there was an ice cream truck, so that's not too bad. Look, overall it was pretty cool. Got to chat to some people that I ran into while we were driving down. Well, I didn't run into them, but we merged onto the freeway, and these two utes, Maloos, were driving along. Good characters, both of them. Sat there and chatted a bit about their cars, which was cool. It's amazing how much money people spend on their cars, and I think everyone these days is budget minded with their cars. Even if you've got a sort of like a no kids and no mortgage, everyone still has a budget. So you often find when you chat to someone at a car show, they'll tell you about the hardship of owning the car and how much it's costing them, and where they found a good deal to save $1 here and there. Yeah, and likewise, you share your little secrets that the way you found a part through a certain vendor, or you got it cheap through a mate. There's always a story that goes with it, and that's what I like about these sorts of car shows, is you get to meet these people and they just divulge all this amazing information that you'd otherwise think that they had like an endless checkbook, but in reality they've got a few favours along the way and a few good scores on the online listings. So yeah, it's always good, so if you're out there and you're watching this, how about you post up what you recently scored on? Saves you a bunch of money on your build. It might have been the whole entire car for all I know, or it could have been an engine or a transmission. Could have been a mate doing a paint job for you. Saved you, these days $5,000 probably. Yeah, just post up, write a comment for us, and let us know your story. So whilst you're putting that down in the comments there, we've got a bunch of B-roll. I went through the Holden Trafalgar Museum, and I went there for two cars in particular that were there. Never seen them together. It was the Garry Rogers Motorsport cars, the Monaros, the 427 V8 race cars. They're fantastic cars. I envy those vehicles. If I could have just one day in one of those cars going around any circuit in Australia, that would make my life. That would be my journey complete. But I'm more than happy to sit there behind just sit behind the camera and shoot a bunch of footage just for everyone, just to soak up the amazingness that is these cars. For those who don't know what they are, they ran the Bathurst 24 hours V8 sort of supercar event. It only ran for I think about 3 years or something. It was a bit controversial because obviously having a 427 V8 in a Monaro is not a factory offering. They did plan to make a HRT badged 427 427 Monaro that was pretty much track ready with the full roll cage. Orders were in from the Sydney Motor Show, but it fell through in the end. It's probably because of bean counters and cost too much. So the 427 race cars were kind of like these mongrels on the racetrack, stirring up everyone, you know, and they weren't even exceeding their full. Apparently, they weren't even pushing it that hard, right? And they were beating some amazing cars like Dodge Vipers and whatnot. It was really, to me, it was the pinnacle of Aussie automotive cars at that point. We were just able to engineer and put together these cars, and it was Holden's peak in terms of their global export. What a time. So enjoy the footage. I've also gone through and just a once over real quick through the amazing Trafalgar Holden Museum. They do such a great job there. I didn't go close in on anything, so I leave the details for you guys to go there and visit and check it out yourself, because the amount of effort that goes into each exhibit, you know, the write-ups as well. You want to go there and read up on everything that they've put in there. It's just it's a full day. You could spend more than a day just taking up and soaking it all in. On top of that, there is the new exhibit they opened. It's like a new hangar, massive warehouse section with new exhibits, and they've also got an area that I didn't even realise they had planned to open as part of it, which is like a loft upstairs. Lots of amazing detail in there as well. All new stuff that I've never seen before at the ground level areas that they have. Definitely worth a look-see. Other than that, just a really good place to visit if you're bored on a weekend. It's not too far from Melbourne, so get out there and check it out. So what am I going to do from here? We will do the Astro Power steering pump, and we will mount up the water intercooler at the front in preparation for future mods. That will be coming up in the next episode. I am trying to keep the car in one piece intentionally, because I've got another event that's coming up, which is I'm going to be heading to the Holden Lang Lang Proving Grounds, and that's for a Monaro Club event where we get to go through the whole track, all the different grounds. There's a skid pan, all sorts of stuff. Now, I don't think I'll be able to get away with filming anything there. It's going to be a retrospective review of the day, and I will try and bring together any content that I do have to, I guess, explain what each component happened. There is a dedicated photographer that we have going with us on the day. They're allowed to shoot as much footage as they want. I'll see if I can get permission to use that in this video, in the future video, see how we go. But that's something to look forward to, and there'll be plenty more events beyond that too. So I am trying to keep the car in one piece, but I think once we've gone to the Holden Lang Lang Proving Grounds, I am going to rip the auto out and put the manual in. I'm dying to do that. The auto is good and it is reliable and hasn't given me any trouble, but I just want the opportunity to shift through the gears and have a bit more fun when driving this thing on the occasional weekend. So, for those of you out there, please do like, share and subscribe. Do all those social things. Please leave a comment, as I said. Maybe just drop a comment about one of the things that you scored in life that's contributed massively to your build. And yeah, keep working on your cars, keep driving them, enjoy life, and until next time, have a good one. Alright everyone, cheers.